Welcome to the meditation practice. Take this opportunity to allow the body to relax, whereby the mind can have access to the deeper reflection in the meditation practice. Note the right and left nostril and take this opportunity to breathe evenly from side to side. Thus one can feel the balance between the right and left side of the body. Be constructive as you focus during this meditation. Imagine as you breathe the life force is not only flowing in and out of the lungs, but up and down the body at the same time. And for the next few moments, allow the exhalation to ease out far more than you would normally. Thereby, upon the inhalation, one can encourage the body to adjust in oxygen assimilation and perfect balance. Then, when suited, release the palms upon the lap or the knees for a few moments and close those eyelids and imagine, just as if you're putting that body to rest, you send a thought to the mind in appreciation for all that this physical body provides for you in this life. And as you do, return your breathing back to a natural rhythm. And once more, return your palm up and breathe alternately. And compare the rhythm to the previous. And as you breathe, imagine you're watching the breath flowing from one nostril to the other, evenly, side to side. The shoulders are relaxed as the body flows effortlessly with the rhythm of the breath. Imagine that with each exhalation, you're choosing to allow the brain to be far more relaxed in its frequencies than it would be normally in daily activities. What does it feel like to begin to sense relaxation moving from the mind into the brain and from the brain down through the nervous system and allowing each section of the body to complement? Continue breathing to further encourage the mind to seek refined union with its highest aspects in conscious integration. Continue breathing alternately, easily. Imagine the thoughts that have paraded through your mind from the first thought in this incarnation right up to this moment in exchange. Imagine the collage of thoughts that have continued to influence the personality that you have now assimilated and accepted as your individual self. And what occurred prior to the first thought? Where were you? Where was your mind before the first thought began to influence the incarnation that you are now interacting with? Watch that breath easily. And once you find your way back to the right side for that exhalation complete, whereby you can easily relax the palms back on the lap and the knees where appropriate for a few moments. Now notice your physical eyes. Allow those eyelids to blink, and without effort look slightly up as though you're gazing slightly up towards the eyebrows. Now keep those eyes open for a few moments, but imagine that as you're looking forward, you're not focusing on anything forward. Your eyes are simply gazing into a space in refined contemplation. By looking slightly up, you're accessing the deeper part of the brain to access the archives of creativity and divine union in blissful communion. And as you breathe, imagine that life force again expanding your life energy field. Sense yourself grounded physically, anchored comfortably. And as you do, take this moment to note as to how your mind interacts with the different seasons of life, the different cycles of the sun and the moon, and observe how the full moon has influenced your entire state of being over the last 24 hours. Notice if you had taken the opportunity to celebrate whatever that felt appropriate for you at this time of the year. Notice what aspects of your life felt a sense of joy, a sense of appreciation. And what percentage of the last 7 days did you spend reflecting upon your divine virtues, your definement of the aspect of who you are? In meditation, one is seeking to find the center of the self. Thoughts shall parade through your mind, but gradually we wish to allow those thoughts to be nothing more than passing traffic. Thereby, it no longer distracts your focus, and one shall find that stillness with a simple gaze forward. Continue to give yourself permission to become far more in tune with the subtle aspects of your pure nature that perhaps on a normal daily routine of experiences you're not aware of or choosing to focus upon. If you were driving a vehicle, your focus would be on the route. You imagine the route that you're focused upon is the route of divine reunion. Remember, there are numerous theories. In meditation, our objective is to go beyond theory into personal experience. What if during this meditation you began to have an epiphany, a realization of the subtle realities that exist around you that you normally would not be aware of? Take a moment. Your eyes are still looking upwards. Now for the next few moments, do an experiment. Notice as to how often you blink, and aim to blink less than you would normally, which means your gaze is far longer than it would normally. But yet when you need to blink, blink. But observe as to how long you can gaze without blinking. You're not forcing those eye muscles to relax. Those eye muscles are relaxed. Your focus is within. Imagine finding such stillness Your mind is no longer limited to that human construct and acceptance. Rather, you are now acknowledging and accepting your true nature as it flows throughout your entire being. And as we're working together, thrust that out, feel the conscious connection is uniting, as there's no timeline when one seeks to understand the multidimensional state of being. You are existing simultaneously in all aspects of life simultaneously. Imagine that concept. Now for a moment, close those eyelids when appropriate and retain that upward gaze. And notice the difference as you may see a silhouette behind those eyelids from what you were gazing at. The objective is not to force, rather those eyelids are closed and you're simply still gazing slightly up. Go within. And as you go within, sense your mind becoming far more relaxed. Sense that body becoming far more attuned. As you utilize the influence of the joyous seasons that one perhaps had chosen to celebrate over the last few days, few weeks, perhaps few months, or for the entire year, whilst at the same time acknowledging the influence of the celestial bodies upon the entire human mind. Now notice your fingers and reclaim the hands and gently place the right palm upon your heart and the left upon your navel. Perhaps you may feel warmth radiating through your palms. As always, imagine a life force flowing from the right to the left and from the left to the right. Remember, there are numerous practices, but the aim is the same: to be one with the one of the one. All you're doing now is giving yourself permission to find inner peace as we connect through this practice, wherever you may be. As you're choosing at this precise moment to connect with us, we are all connecting consciously to assist each other in the highest construct and divine communion and connection. Remembering that whichever line of belief that you've chosen in regards to the divine principle at this precise moment of your evolution, it all connects to the one. And together, we exemplify the refinement of souls entwined in divine purpose and awakening. That body becomes far more relaxed. In a moment we shall open those eyelids again, but as you do, looking slightly up, find a point of focus as you look in that moment, whether that focus is slightly forward of you or further forward, it does not matter. The objective is gently, without forcing those eyelids, to gaze at that point of focus as though that is your only full point of attention for the next few moments. Now when ready, allow those eyelids to again open. You may choose not to open too wide, but slightly, whereby you can choose a point of focus and without distraction, you remain focused upon that particular point of choice. Gazing. Pratika, gazing. as though you're choosing to gaze within that point and beyond that point. Pratika gazing. Recognize the unlimited potentials that awaits your conscious connection with. And in meditation, one is seeking to find stillness, to hear the inner voice. And if one has come to realize that there is subtle intelligence that is supporting your evolution, imagine now having the means to communicate with the subtle intelligence in this practice. Imagine that. Continue to have that focus. It is not forced. You're choosing to remain completely tuned to that chosen point of focus. Continue to go within. Now, imagine having the capacity to connect to a higher intelligence whereby it can answer a question. Now reflect upon your life and think of one question that you're seeking answer for, just one. Now as you retain that upward gaze, in a moment those eyelids will close and you shall repeat that question over and over again, just a simple question. Aim not to complicate the question, but keep it simple. And trust that if you allow that question to be distilled, the answer may surprise you. Now when ready, appropriately close those eyelids and let that question begin to echo in a loop format within your mind. Just like in the background you hear the Om being replicated, find that question and for the next few moments remain focused upon that question. Remain focused upon that question. Though simple the practice, it has a profound effect upon your subconscious mind. And whatever questions that is posed to the greater mind, the answer will find you at the appropriate time. Continue looping that question. Continue looping that question. Continue allowing that question to be so attuned to your higher mind that the answer shall find you with the greatest of ease in response. And now allow that question to continue subjectively as you relax. And imagine now you open the mind and more than prepared to receive the response. More than prepared to receive the response. Be more prepared than you would normally as you relax in knowing that the response is flowing through you in time. As the saying is stated upon the temple of Delphi, be still and know who thou art. Whenever one is sincere in regards to one's purpose and one finds stillness, support is about. And the answer flows consciously through the mind in inspired momentum. And as you take quality time, as often as possible, preferably daily, and if appropriate, at the same time daily, to create a habit, the mind becomes reinforced with true empowerment, and trust that this incarnation shall bring to you a bountiful harvest in self-awakening, in realization and understanding. And if appropriate, throughout the day, take a few moments to again find stillness in rejuvenation and mind connection. And note that your answers shall find you in greater strength and clarity with purposeful intentions in replication. And now, without effort, bring your loving attention back to your physical body and remembering how this body is refined and integrates all your mind's influence. So give love and light consciously to your entire state of being, and trust that as you think, act and respond, the universe shall replicate the same. Be inspired. Be divine in your interactions be light, be loved. And when suited, return the palms towards each other rather than towards each other, in full gratitude of the balance that exists through you and the entire universe. Place the palms over the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, head, and torso where appropriate. Shake those arms out. And until our next practice, may the divine love and light continue to inspire you to seek greater clarity in your purpose in life as the celestial bodies continues to influence our mind in the greater awakening. Hari Om Tat Sat.